So I was talking about how women got unlimited power, unlimited energy, got all this strength and independence.
Yes.
But the reality is, according to y'all, it's not like that. So I saw a video of a woman that was breaking down her rawest emotion, and I want to know what you guys feel about it.
Okay.
I want to be loved. I want marriage. You know, a lot of us get on here, we act tough, and we be like, I don't want a man, I don't need a man, but I want help. I want to be loved. I want somebody to love me. I want somebody I can be vulnerable with. The problem is, and when I cry, y'all, because I'm sad, I'm crying, y'all, because it's like a release right now. But the problem for me, y'all, is that all the relationships that I had with men were not about love. It was about survival for me. I know how to fuck. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to seduce a man. I do not know how to love a man. And then to have a son, because of those choices that I was making, y'all, and I got pregnant really, really fast. I got pregnant within 90 days of knowing my baby daddy. And we don't talk about this shit because it's embarrassing and it hurts. It fucking hurts. And I'm mad with me. I'm not mad at men. I'm not mad at my life. I'm mad at me because I don't know how to fix me. I don't know how to fix it. That's accountability. That's the shit that hurts. It's realizing that, hey, I got some shit with me that I don't know how to fucking fix. And in turn, because I don't know how to fix that shit, I'm fucking up other people around me.
I want to appreciate that because, you know, we do go in on women a lot of the times about they not taking accountability and whatnot. And this is, I think, a woman that's sincerely really trying to find a solution. So where do we go? Because this is a very real place for a lot of women. And I think that this is a healthier place to be than just being in that mindset that you dilute your mind that nothing is wrong with you and the world is revolving around you, as us men like to say, and stuff like that. So from a woman's perspective, how do you feel about it?
I love it.
Yes.
I love it because she was raw, and she did something that a lot of us don't do. We don't look at ourselves. We blame the men that we deal with. We blame the fathers that left us, or we blame the mothers that didn't nurture us. But we never look at the part that we play in our own healing. And I can speak from personal experience that until you fall in love with you, you will mess up everything around you. That's from the men that you deal with, the men that you choose, all the way down to the children that you raise. So I think her main objective should not even be trying to be in a relationship or trying to be in marriage, but trying to find that love within herself, because if until she falls in love with herself and she's already at the place of accountability. I've heard it said before that the first place that you go to the hospital is admittance, and she's there. She's admitting that she has an issue. She's admitting that she has a problem. So that's where her healing will begin, because she's finally saying, hey, let me look at me and let me see what issues that I can, that I need to handle.
So then how do you start to fall in love with yourself? Like, what do you
Oh my
do?
God. Oh my God. The first step is where she is. And
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell you, this is just raw and uncut. You have to cut off everything for a minute, for a season. And then you start taking accountability as she has, saying, okay, where have I gone wrong? Because I can say, okay, it's just these men, all these men, but why am I choosing? What in me is
Mhm.
choosing this type of man? What in me is causing me to have the same man, just in a different body? It's not me, it's not the men, it's the men that I choose to choose, or the men that I choose to pick. So sometimes you have to cut off everything for a season, and that's hard for a woman because you still have the kids, you have to work, you have to cook, but all the outside noise, sometimes you just have to use that time to reflect on your life. Maybe sometimes you do have to go back to that 12, 13-year-old girl who was hurt by a man. Maybe it was your father. And then say, okay, I need to heal this 12-year-old girl so this 46-year-old woman can live. So it may be just going into those areas. Okay, why is it my need to have to fix everybody? Why is it that I have to pick the man that needs me and can't give me that same thing? So my personal journey, I had to cut everything out, all outside noise, all outside distractions. I had to cut off some people just for a season, and the people who were going to be there were going to be there, and they will understand that I needed this time to heal me.
I agree. This is the thing about you. Welcome back. This is the thing about you and I. Like, we could agree like 90%, and then it's the 10% that is not that it's not that I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
It's when I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this situation, a slippery slope. And this time you didn't because you said for a season. But see that, so for a season for a woman, that could be years.
Exactly.
And I'm like, it doesn't take you years to get out of that season. That's not how long that season. And people will say, well, you can't tell somebody. Well, I could tell that it's not. I don't think that's healthy, because I'm looking at the women that say, hey, I haven't been in a relationship in 4 years, or I haven't been in a relationship or talking to nobody 3 years. So now you have this, you're socially awkward. But the thing about it is, your awkwardness isn't even really awkward because you have a whole society telling you that you're right. I think this woman isn't much healthier to be in a relationship than a lot of women that's in relationships right now. Does that mean she should go jump into a relationship right now? No. I think she should do exactly what you said, take a season. But I think that season isn't so much this is a fine line. What I'm talking about is this self-love thing. Because I don't want you to go so far about loving yourself that you don't understand the purpose of loving yourself is so you can be loved and give love. Not be love.
I would say this: the heal version of her will be able to love the way that she is supposed to. Her right there, she's gonna take in past trauma. She's gonna take in that mindset, because she has the first. And when I say a season, I don't mean like, she just goes on a hiatus from men or a hiatus from relationships. She just needs to find the area that she needs to work on and work on that. Doesn't mean like, oh, I'm cutting everybody off. Oh, I'm gonna love myself. But I will say this, personal experience, me finding that piece of me that needed that self-love opened me up. It actually healed areas of me that will be able to love correctly the next time, or will be able to, because we all have toxicity. We all have a toxic trait. And we all do. Yeah, you do too. Probably more than one. But until we address that, because of course we can all say nothing's wrong with me, I'm perfect. But in actuality, we do have things that people are gonna look at us like, Miss Ma'am, Mr. Sir, you need to get that together. What is the problem? Because we've went through all of our relationships, whether it be male, female relationships, friendships, there has been something that has carried, and nobody has ever said, that's not going to work. That's just not working for you. And until you address that hidden part, and like you said, it's not a hiatus. So I'm gonna be single 9 years. I'm gonna go celibate 12 years. I don't need no man. It's not that mindset. That is very toxic as well. I mean, healing, but not separating. And that season doesn't have to be long. It just needs to be that season where you address what's going on with you.
Yeah, I'm not against healing at all. I think we kind of like commercialize what we think what healing is, but at least people are trying to find ways to, learn how to cope with what they're going through and regulate themselves. I think that healing journey can be accelerated if you work on forgiveness. Like if you really like learn to forgive your mom for what she didn't do for you and all that she
Mhm.
didn't provide, and forgive your father for not being there, and then you really
Mhm.
really learn to go to a place of forgiveness where you don't blame all these things, and then you start really looking at who you are with the some of the things that you've been through, then you'll
Mhm.
be able to go forward. Now, this is my question. Do you think a man that I'm talking about, an authentic, loving man, can come into her life right now, as she is right now, and they have
Mhm.
a fruitful relationship, or do she need to take that time to heal?
I think she needs to take time to heal. I do. Because
Now,
otherwise otherwise she's gonna find herself with the same man that she's crying about.
No,
Or the
what if
same
she really finds a man that understands her traumas and know how to love her through it?
Now that would, I mean, that's possible as well. That is possible. I agree. Yeah, that's possible. I can say that is possible.
It's not for the faint of heart though,
Oh, for
and you can't
sure.
be play,
For
and you can't
sure.
be playing games, because if you playing games, you can damage this woman for another 10, 20 years.
mhm.
Life.
Life,
Until she
yeah,
just till she's like, okay, forget all these men. I see it all the time. Oh,
yeah.
I
That's
don't need
why.
no man. I don't need no man. And then they go into, oh, I'm gonna be just like them. And then they go into
Mhm.
having sexual relationships with no emotion. No, okay, bye. Okay, see ya. Nothing, it's nothing. Bye. And then they go into that cycle forever
Yeah,
because of one person or several people hurting her. Like right now, she's damaged. If another man was to come in and damage her, she probably go into, okay, I'm just gonna get what I can get from you, and I'm out. Like I have no emotions anymore.
yeah. So that's why if she does take time for herself, at least she can recognize some of those things before it get to a point where it does damage her permanently, or she knows when to at least create a boundary for herself. So
True.
it's not no black and white answer to that really, but it is some clear things that can happen that'll put you in the best position not to be damaged, or not to feel like you're a fool, or that you
Yeah,
just want to cast out the whole gender as a whole. Like
true.
that's not going to help you.
I agree.
What it seems like to me is that she's already kind of going through that healing process. That's why she was able to recognize that she knows how to do all of these things, but she doesn't know how to love a man correctly. So I feel like if a man was to come into her life that was genuinely authentic in this moment that she like in the stage that she's in now, she would be open to it and it
Mm.
would actually be fruitful.